Rabbits are easy to keep and require little space. Rabbits reproduce fast, so farmers can sell and earn money quickly. Rabbits can be sold alive or as meat, which is very nutritious. However, as rabbits reproduce quickly, farmers may find it hard to sell the rabbits or meat. Some customers find rabbit meat expensive, while others may be hesitant to eat it. When farmers can't sell their rabbit meat, this will spoil quickly without refrigeration. The Kapayo rabbit breeders from Dumberi village in central Kenya came up with their own solution.
One reason was that we were having large number of rabbits in our cages and from our farmers, and basically selling in raw form was not quite a good market for us. So we thought of diversifying the rabbit meat and adding value. First we started with the normal products which are samosas and meat rolls. Then we thought of making sausages, and we started adding value by making sausages.
People who are hesitant to eat rabbit meat, or who only want to buy a small portion of meat, will be more tempted to buy these products. Although the Kapayo Group started in a small way, they're now building a new slaughtering and meat processing unit. In this video, we'll learn from them how to make rabbit sausages. You can either buy rabbit meat or slaughter your own. If you're slaughtering the rabbits, a veterinary officer should first inspect and certify that the live rabbit does not have any disease. When the rabbit is dead, remove the head and skin it carefully, as the skin can be sold. Remove the intestines. Leave the heart and liver, as these are edible and need to be inspected together with the carcass.
The reasons for inspections is to make sure consumers get wholesome meat that is free of infections, free of diseases, and it will be healthy, consumed locally and internationally.
Next, cut the paws off the rabbit legs. Wash the skinned rabbit and take it to the processing area. Make sure your processing area and tools are clean before you start. Wash your hands with soap and rinse them well with clean water before starting to handle the meat. Separate the meat from the bones using a sharp knife. Keep the bones to prepare soups or stews. You can mince the meat with either a manual or an electric mincing machine. The Kapayo Group make their sausages with a manual meat mincer. Fix the mincer to a table and place a basin to collect the minced meat. Press chunks of the rabbit meat into the mincer while turning it. Always be careful when pressing down the meat with your hand into the mincer, as you do not want to sell your fingers as sausages. When making sausages to sell, you want every sausage to have the same consistency and taste. Therefore, you must carefully measure each ingredient according to your recipe. The actual order of adding ingredients is not as critical as making sure that everything is thoroughly mixed and sticky. Here we mix the dry ingredients in a bowl. Corn flour has a very fine texture and helps to bind the mixture. Use 5 heaped teaspoons for each kilogram of minced meat. If you don't have corn flour, you can use double the amount of any other regular flour. Add spices for flavour following your recipe. Experiment to develop your own recipe to satisfy the taste of your customers. You may add sulfites as a preservative to extend the shelf life of the sausages. This is not as necessary if the sausages are kept cold. The minced meat is usually mixed with a filler such as rusk, breadcrumbs, cooked rice or other grains. For each kilogram of minced meat, you need 1/4 kilogram of filler. Mix the dry ingredients thoroughly and put aside. As rabbit meat is very lean, it's essential to add some solid fat to the minced meat to make sausages with a good texture. For each kilogram of meat, use between 100 and 300 grams of fat. Do not use more than 300 grams or 30% of fat if you want a good quality sausage. It's easier to break up the fat into smaller pieces when the fat is cold. Apart from meat, the most important ingredient in making good sausages is salt. Use 10 to 20 grams of salt per kilogram of meat. That's 3 to 4 level teaspoons. This can be added with the dry ingredients or with the meat and fat. Even more important than helping to bring out flavour, salt extracts and changes the protein in the meat, making it sticky. This sticky protein surrounds the fat, so it is held within the sausage when it's cooked, making it juicy with a good texture and flavour. Mix the mincemeat, salt and fat thoroughly so that they are really sticky. Some people even put this mixture through the mincer again. Now add the dry ingredients. Mix thoroughly for an even distribution of all the ingredients. Crushed ice is added to wet the dry ingredients and make them more bulky. In addition, it keeps the sausage mix cold. The amount of fat and ice together should be around 40%, 400 grams for every kilogram of meat. Make sure that your sausage mix is really sticky. You're now ready to put the mixture into the sausage casing. Natural casings come from the intestines of sheep, goats or pigs. These are often kept in salt and must be rinsed with cold water before using them. Alternatively, you can buy artificial casings from specialist food supply shops. Pull the casing over the funnel and press the mixture into the mincer. Start turning the handle so that the mixture is pushed into the casing. You then need to form the sausages by twisting it a couple of times to close it. Store the sausages in the fridge or freezer for about 3 hours so that the casing binds to the mixture.
We take the sausages after processing into the freezer to enable and to maintain the sausage in its unique form, and while you're cooking it will be in the state of that when that it won't like burst while being cooked.
The sausages are then ready to be cooked or sold. There's always a ready market for good sausages. The Capayo rabbit breeders have not only turned their rabbit meat into something different, they have also cleverly started marketing their new product.
I market our products via internet through social media sites like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like Twitter, via WhatsApp, and Google sites, YouTube. We're able to post our videos and our photos via Google.